Welcome to the Ever After cast, brought to you by Ever After Holidays. We're your hosts, Matty,
And I'm Laura.
here to share magical adventures and unforgettable memories from Disney, Universal and beyond, together with our special guests.
Please note, all views and stories shared are personal to ourselves and our guests and may not reflect current park or destination operations.
So sit back, relax, and let's begin today's adventure. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Ever After cast. It's me, Matty.
Hello, me Laura.
And Laura. And we just want to say, first of all, Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Wonder if you're doing anything nice, if you've got a secret Valentine. You can see we've got Mickey and Minnie here. Well, if you're watching, not if you're listening, but we've got Mickey and Minnie here dressed in the Valentine's best just behind us on our display. However, this episode is not about Disney.
No.
This episode is all about Universal Orlando Resort, and that it's not just about Harry Potter.
Yes, we want to dive into everything Universal Orlando Resort has to offer, our experiences there. We know a lot of people do split stays, or just Universal. It has grown over the years, isn't it? It's there's so much there we want to talk about.
Yeah, and there's
what
so
we
much
love
more
there
than just
and-
Harry Potter, because everybody just assumes. I have it on the telephone where customers say, I want to go to Harry Potter Land.
Wow, yeah.
And it's like,
What?
so that's Universal Orlando Resort, and you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot more there than just Harry
Yeah,
Potter.
and I mean, the Harry Potter stuff is like next level amazing, but yeah, it's always been a great park. I've always gone, ever since before Harry Potter was even a thing, I've always made sure I took a trip there on my holidays, so yeah, we've got lots to talk about.
Well, Universal Orlando Resort, just to start off just explaining what it is, because if you've never been to Florida before, to Orlando, a lot of people assume that Universal is owned by Disney, and it's the same thing. It's not. It's completely separate, and it's in a completely separate area. It's about 40 minutes down the I-4 from Walt Disney World. It is much smaller than Walt Disney World, and it's more confined, the area it's in. And if you've been to Disneyland Paris, you could probably compare the main area of Universal Orlando Resort to Disneyland Paris, where you've got the parks pretty much in one area.
Yeah.
With the entertainment area.
The main
just
two,
adjacent.
like the first two parks, yeah.
Yeah, because the first thing, there's actually 4 parks at Universal. The first park that opened was Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And then in 1996, I think it was, or 1999. 1999. 1996, the reason that came up was because that was my first time at Universal.
Okay.
And 1999, Islands of Adventure opened, which was a game changer for theme parks. Nothing had been done like it. And then Volcano Bay Water Park opened. That's the third one. And then last year, Universal's Epic Universe opened, which we've not delved into it yet. We've both been.
Yeah, if you're watching, we've both got our Epic.
We've both got Epic
merch on,
Universe
so we have both
merchandise
have been now. It's not even been open a year technically since as we're recording this. So yeah, it's exciting to talk about that. But we'll talk about all of the details, all our favourite things in the park, and what why you should make it a part of your holiday.
Yeah, I think now Universal always used to be, and we'll go more into this one, it used to be just somewhere that people will go to for a couple of days, whereas I would say now with everything they've got, and after you've listened to this episode, you'll probably understand why. It's probably, I'd say, at least a minimum of 5-day destination now. Minimum. I'd say you need 7 really, for Universal Orlando Resort. But just to give you a bit of history, Universal Studios, unlike Disney, they don't own a lot of the IP in the park. So like with Disney World, obviously Mickey Mouse, the princesses, Disney own all of that. Universal don't own a lot of their IP, do they? So they license a lot of it in. And obviously there is some of their own franchises there as well. We all know about Harry Potter. Obviously they licensed that from J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
And
Warner Brothers. That was a Warner Brothers film. The films
well,
were
is it
anyway.
Warner Brothers that they licensed it from?
That was the film. That's who created the films. Warner Brothers. So yeah,
Maybe
I assume so.
I think maybe like J.K. Rowling was instrumental in who it went to, because I know Disney originally were in talks. But it's probably to do with Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling, because I know that she has the overall say, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But then you've also got Universal's own IPs there, like you've got Jurassic Park featured in the parks. The license out, which is strange for Orlando, especially now, Marvel,
Oh yeah,
because
bit
Universal
of a-
Islands of Adventure's got the Marvel Superhero Island.
that's a bit of a funny one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it can't. Is there something in the contract where Disney can't have a Spider-Man thing?
Something
Is
like
there some
that.
sort? Well, we don't know the terms of the legal side of it all, but you hear these little snippets. And you go, oh, that's quite interesting because they were the first to do the
Marvel.
kind of Marvel, like
Yeah.
more the comic book style.
But it is the comic book style. But I remember being on a VIP tour at Universal and the person taking us around the park explaining to us something along the lines of that Disney can't have. I mean, they might be wrong. They're only working there. You know, they're not like high up or anything. You know, they're VIP guards. But you know, them saying that they can't have a Spider-Man in Walt Disney World and a Spider-Man in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
But Universal can only use the cartoon versions of the characters. They can't use the Marvel Cinematic Universe versions of the characters, which Disney like to use in their parks worldwide.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got Marvel. They've also got Dr. Zeus.
Yes, yeah, and then they've also and the Universal Monsters is
yeah.
a big like thing for them as well. They've really like amped that up. Obviously, over the years, we'll talk more into that. But
Nintendo now, which we'll go into
there,
as well with Epic.
yeah, there's Minions is a big draw there as well. They've had lots over the year. Like you'll see, Shrek is always popular.
Troll
is always like DreamWorks kind of, and yeah, it's really. I think Universal Studios has changed the most over the years.
I do.
Because I first went, my first trip we went, and I loved you. Like I remember the Ghostbusters ride, Kongfrontation, which is the King Kong ride. I remember like Twister Cave, Jaws. I mean,
Jaws is a massive like memory for me because I remember when we went in 1996. I was frightened of sharks anyway. I was always obsessed with Under the Sea when I was obviously I love the Little Mermaid.
Oh, she's being brought up, even though it's a Universal episode.
But I was obsessed with Under the Sea when I was little. So I had loads of books of like animals under the sea and stuff. But whenever there was like, I was obsessed. I liked sharks. But like there were some pictures, and I can remember it now, there were some pictures in books that used to visually frighten me, and I was frightened to turn the page.
Yeah.
So I remember when we went in 1996, and we went on the Jaws ride, and I remember queuing in. I think the queue must have been about 2 hours.
Wow.
And I remember queuing for about an hour and needing the loo. And my dad was like, you're not getting out this queue. We've queued an hour. You can wait to go to the toilet till we've been on it. And I remember going on it, and I remember I was that petrified on it. I mean, those of you remember the Jaws ride, it was like boats.
Yes.
And the shark would come up at the side of the boat. Like it was
I never used to sit. So my dad had to sit on the end. Like, not that, I think, obviously, I don't know, I used to always, every queue, like, Dad, you need to sit on the, I'm not being on the end. And I guess, like, for safety reasons, they probably wouldn't want children on the end anyway.
Well, that's just
right,
it.
okay.
My dad knew what was going to happen because I've told you in a previous episode, my dad went the year before he took us to test it out, apparently. So he knew what was going to happen. So he knew I didn't like the sharks.
Oh my God.
So he put me on the edge where the railings are and the shark comes up. And I was like that with my feet up, pushing. Seriously. Absolutely traumatised. And I know I needed the loo before we went on. I'm surprised I didn't have an accident.
I'm going to say, did you not need it afterwards?
I can't remember what happened after, but I remember it did traumatise me.
Did you ever do it at night?
I did as an adult
Because it was
before
good
it was
at night.
closed down, but not as a child. It was just, I remember it being there once as a child. I don't
So
remember
good.
going
It's one
on
of
it
those,
again.
and again, like, it was. They really, obviously, you ride the movies. That was their like slogan for Universal when it first opened. So it was lots of like audience participation, like actors. Like Jaws was like an act. Like they'd have the guy at the front of the boat acting out like you were in the film. So it really put you in the film. As did
The confrontation one was brilliant as well because they have got a King Kong ride now, but that's more like screens kind of attraction, like simulator with a vehicle. Whereas the old I can't even say it.
Confrontation,
whatever it's called. It was like a tram
hanging off the
ceiling,
it's where Mummy
going
is
through
now.
New York. A giant, massive animatronic of King Kong. And do you remember his breath smelt of bananas?
No, I don't remember that. You told me that, I think, but I don't remember that
But
detail.
the reason that closed down is because there was a fire, and it completely destroyed the building. That's why they closed it down.
That was Hollywood.
You sure it wasn't in Orlando?
No, that was the Hollywood one. Yeah.
I thought that was why the...
No, because the building's all still there. Mummy went into it.
I'm sure
that's all the
sure
same.
That's what happened. We'll have to double check which one it was.
Someone fact check it.
That they had confrontation
I remember
in Hollywood.
Yes, yeah.
Where was it in Hollywood then?
I don't know where exactly. But I don't know Hollywood one that well, but.
I don't remember the.
Oh, we'll have a look. We'll have a look into it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
That's what I was aware of. But do you remember Earthquake as well?
Yes, I loved Earthquake.
Some of the classics, I think that I know they've brought the King Kong ride back in a different, like from the movie, the newer movie version. But I think a lot of the older attractions, they need to bring back with newer technology. I would love them to bring back Jaws, but a newer version. Something Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters was so cool, like so scary, but like so.
It was like a show.
Yeah,
and they had like visual effects and it looked so good out.
One of my favorite films of all time is Terminator 2. Judgment Day, and that show. I mean, I really like the Bourne show. Don't sleep on that show, honestly.
That's a film in it. It's the new show.
Yeah,
it's in place of
Bourne
Terminator
Identity.
2D, it was called.
Yeah, so where Terminator was.
Terminator 3D or 4D. Was it Terminator 2D or something like that? It was something like that.
Yeah.
It's where the Bourne Ultimatum show
Yeah, and that I was like, oh, don't take away Terminator. And again, that was a pre-show with an actor, and she set the scene, and you were like test dummies for this like show, and then it all kind of went wrong. And it was all like so good. It's very old school.
That frightened me
3D.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's very like the technology. Obviously, it'd be all like things would fall from the ceiling, and it had actors in it as well playing out. But the Bourne one is so good. It's mainly a screen, but the screen is so crisp.
Clear.
You can't tell what's actors and what's not. And some people don't think, oh no, but if you need a bit of a break from the sun, you need a bit of a sit down, aircon. Don't sleep on that. Honestly, it's one of my favourite things to do.
If you've seen it once and you need a bit of a nap though, but it might make you jump with the gunshots.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, like that was one of my favourites. I loved Twister. That again was like you seeing like fire and
That's
smoke
Jimmy
and how.
Fallon now.
Yeah. Don't talk
actually
about.
Thinking about it, you are right. Universal Studios has changed so much.
Yeah.
Like I remember when now it is a Minion attraction, VillainCon, and it used to be Shrek 4D. But before that, I remember when it was the Alfred Hitchcock experience. Because I remember being terrified of that, because there was a bit where you went in the cinema and it was 3D and the birds are all pecking at the screen and then they all fly out.
No, I don't. I remember it being that, but I don't remember going in that, so I must have been too young to remember.
Like, I'm sure my dad took me there to traumatise me as a child.
I think so, from the sounds of it.
That's quite good to say that though, because like, when we'll get onto this later about who we think Universal parks are probably better for, because the attractions are a bit more thrilling.
Yeah, I mean, I remember as a kid, like it was the Jetsons ride. That's where.
That's where the Minions one
and then
is
they
now.
had Nickelodeon, and then they had SpongeBob.
Studio.
It's been about a million things. They had the whole Flintstones thing.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Because they had all the props from the movie, didn't they?
Yeah, and I was like, and I loved that. So I've been going since I was 4. You know, we've always gone to Universal. We've never missed it out. And we took my nephew there when he was like 2, nearly 3. So there's definitely enough, but yeah, I think it is a little bit more geared towards a bit older. There's plenty to do, but I think if you were,
it's changed so much over the years, and then obviously Islands of Adventure opened, and that was a game changer. It's really clever, Islands of Adventure, because they've got like, instead of having like a hub like Disney parks do, theirs is like all built around a lagoon, and it's different islands.
And the theming, I mean,
Jurassic Park area is the best.
Yeah, I mean, it is amazing. And like when we went like the year it opened, and we were going for like probably our 5th time by then going, and it was like, oh my god, a new park, and I don't remember the details of it, but then I just remember like the Spider-Man ride. That still holds up, the Spider-Man ride today. I just love it.
Transformers is good.
Yes, that's in the other one, isn't it?
That's in the studios. Yeah. It's a similar ride to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but the Jurassic Park, for me, the Jurassic Park area, like I'm a big Jurassic Park fan, always have been. And when I saw that for the first time, I went on the Jurassic Park ride, I was like, oh my god, because you're completely immersed.
Yeah.
And what they've done with that area as well, building the Velocicoaster there as well.
Yeah.
And that, I must admit, with Universal, one thing I really like about them is they don't announce something like is in the early stages of development. They just crack on with it, build it, and then when it's nearly finished, then they tell you that they're building something. And then before you know it, it's open.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing the Velocicoaster, I was like, they haven't even announced this, but I could tell it was going to be something to do with raptors, because I could tell by the raptor cages.
Yeah.
But the Islands of Adventure is really amazing.
Yeah, the Hulk's always been a great coaster. I remember that was like the roar of that. Like when you step into that park and you turn left and go that way, the Hulk's right above you. and then you hear the noise and the screams, then you've got the whole Marvel, even like the kind of Toontown area, so like the water rides there are amazing. Like we spent hours in that park.
You get drenched on Ripsaw Falls
Yeah,
and the Popeye.
yeah, absolutely drenched. There's
thing,
no
like,
way around it.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to the Universal parks and it's really hot, I would recommend you go on it, but don't wear trainers.
No, get some flip-flops.
Get some flip-flops or some Crocs.
Yeah.
Because your shoes are going to be wet all day.
Yeah.
Like literally, it's like jumping in a swimming pool going on there.
And we used to go on it because it was quiet. We used to go over and over. My dad loves the river rapid. He'd be like, again, we'll go round and round and round. And I'm just like, and he wouldn't let us wear a poncho. He says poncho no.
Do you know what as well? Like, they had that area and it is closed at the minute, and it was, I forgot what it's called. It's like all mythical.
Yes.
That land.
Next to Harry Potter.
Yeah, they had the Poseidon Adventure show
Yeah,
thing,
they had
which
some
was
great
brilliant.
shows, yeah.
But that area, apparently, they're going to be changing it maybe into Zelda land.
Oh, that'd be good.
Which would be really good. But I remember a couple of years ago I was there because Universal have the rights to She-Ra. He-Man and She-Ra.
yeah.
She-Ra was there doing meet and greets in that land.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it
How
was like
random.
a really rare short space to have at She-Ra, and I wish I'd have a picture.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, She-Ra.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, they definitely need to do something. It's a kind of a bit of a, like, when you go to, I mean, even when Harry Potter kind of opened, I think 2008, I think Hogsmeade opened.
And that is
2010, sorry.
They actually closed Jaws, and where Jaws is in the Universal Studios, that's where they built Diagon Alley.
Yeah, and the first when they say it used to be that mythical.
No, sorry, Diagon Alley was second. Hogsmeade was first.
Yes.
Hogsmeade's in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah. Where I don't even know what you. Dueling Dragons. So that still stayed there. Dueling Dragons was amazing. That was such a good coaster. I love Hagrid, so I kind of like I can let it go. But like Dueling Dragons was so good. But that was all that mythical area, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was at the back of the mythical
Right at the
area
back,
where the Dueling Dragons was, and the sort of when they built Hogsmeade, they incorporated Dueling Dragons into that because they have dragons in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
so
like
it did
Dragon
fit.
Challenge or something.
It did
Yeah,
fit,
yeah,
didn't it?
yeah.
And that Harry Potter when Harry Potter opened Hogsmeade, that was what changed.
That changed
Universal.
it, yeah, absolutely. And we went on the second day of that area opening. I don't think we even knew. Again, it was before like vloggers. It was before like that build up of like days where preview days and stuff, and like, everyone would go in and you'd be counting down, like obviously Epic Universe. We watched like drones for months and months and years of like.
There was none of that.
This light's been added. This paintbrush is just like they just painted this wall and stuff, and you'd be watching it like that. But for Harry Potter, we didn't know what was going on. I think we'd seen the year because we went in 2008, and I'd seen like I've got pictures of me in front of like like Ministry of Magic. Something's going on, like blah blah blah. And so I knew it was like something was coming, and we actually ended up just going in. I think it was 2010. And we went the second day of it opening, and we queued from the front of the park. We actually got like a ticket, and you queued from the front of the park all the way around. Yeah, we were in the queue for 2 hours. We decided, we were so excited. We didn't even. I liked Harry Potter, but I was just like, we'll see. We had the whole day there. Let's do it. So we queued all through Marvel. Through Toontown, through Jurassic Park, and then when we got to Forbidden Journey, which is in the Hogwarts Castle, so yeah, we ended up queuing there 3 hours for Forbidden Journey. But once you get into the Hogwarts Castle, it's that queue is amazing. But like I just remember being like, oh my God.
I must admit, the first time I went in and I saw the paintings moving and talking, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, it still holds up. I've never had that same like. I think I said when I got back from Epic, amazing ride, the Ministry of Magic, but I've never had that same like, this, because it was a whole new technology. Basically, in Forbidden Journey, you sit like in a bench, they kind of call it. You're in your own little cubicle, but you're in this like rectangle box really with like 4 seats, and all you can see is like you're like the only person on it, and the vision of you can't see any, and you're on like a hand, aren't you? Like and it's moving you around and. It's incredible.
And the way you're kind of on it as well, the way you hold on to it, it's like, I feel like you're in a little bit of a saddle. You don't feel like you're in a seat. It's a bit strange.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say about that, as I am getting older, I am finding it harder to go on attractions that make me feel dizzy. And that is one that I just
if you get motion sickness, I'm okay. I remember coming off it though when I went on that fam trip, and we were stood at the exit because they were obviously giving us the tour guides. We went on a VIP tour on this work trip, and they were like, "Oh, this is this." If anybody, they asked us every time if people get if you don't want to ride it, you don't have to. It was very like we'll go and everything, but like it was like it's this. They were describing the ride basically, and just to the side of us, we looked down and there was this guy on the floor, and he was green.
I'm not surprised.
He was like, yeah, it's great. And I personally have never had a problem. I get really like car sick and stuff. I do have a bit of motion sickness, but I've never had a problem.
No.
But just
if I'm on a hosted trip like that one
Yeah.
you was on, I feel like I have to go on it, so I will go on it.
Yeah.
But if I'm there
cautious
on my
with-
own,
yeah.
I don't go on it.
Yeah.
But it's the same with the Hulk. I
Yeah,
can't, even though
yeah.
its track has been replaced, because Universal really look after their attractions as well. When the track was replaced, obviously it's a lot smoother than it used to be, because that attraction's like quite old, really. It's in there, it's opening day, and it is still amazing. That holds up, but it does make me feel sick as well. That one, so I don't even go on that.
We're so old.
I'm becoming so old, and
I know.
But there's and Doctor Doom's Fear Fall, whatever it's called. I will not even go.
No,
on
if
that.
that's like a shoot up drop
Will
tower
not
kind of
even
thing.
touch that.
I love that one. He has some good views.
But Ireland's is amazing, and then obviously they built the Harry Potter in Ireland's originally, but then over in the studios, a few years later, they closed Jaws, and where Jaws was, that's where they built the second Harry Potter land.
Yes, it looks
and I
like
know
one.
we said at the beginning, it's not just about Harry Potter, but I think it's really important to explain to people what it's like, because they think everything's all in just one area, and it's not. So the second Harry Potter land is in the studios where Jaws was, and that's Diagon Alley.
And it's actually connected by the Hogwarts Express. So we'll talk about tickets a little bit later down the line, but that's why you need that hopper ticket. We've talked about previous
With Jack.
with Jack and podcast that the ticket we get for the Universal All Parks tickets
UK.
or the 3-part adventure ticket.
Four pack, it's the
All
pack
Parks
ticket,
one,
is it now?
They might slightly change it when Volcano Bay shut.
Yeah.
It's slightly worded different, but that's because that's not there. That's for the refurbishment. But you need that hopper ticket to get across to use that, because it is an attraction. So they'll check your ticket and you're going into the other park. So if you want that full Harry Potter experience, it's really cool.
It is cute.
It's really cool.
You get on at King's Cross Station, and what I love about it, it does look like King's Cross. It's just a smaller version, but when you go in as well, the thing with the train times and everything on, it actually has real train times and that on it.
yeah.
And there's that direct train from London to Hull.
Oh,
with Hull
yeah.
trains.
Yeah.
That's on there.
Is it?
Yeah, it
I'll have to
says
look out for
King's
it.
Cross to Hull,
Oh,
Hull
nice.
trains. So that's on there.
that's
So
cool. Hull gets a
Hull
mention.
is a mention at Universal Orlando as well. Yeah.
Love that.
And I like that. And it's like King's Cross, just a smaller version. And then you get on the Hogwarts Express, don't you? And
Yeah.
that's like an attraction that takes you to Hogsmeade.
Yeah.
And that's visual. Don't want to spoil
No,
it.
no, it's so immersive. It's amazing.
And
Like,
it's so clever when you're in the little cabins on the train with the windows and things.
Yeah.
But then you can also get the train back from Hogsmeade back to King's Cross Station as well.
yeah.
But you need the park hopper ticket. But at Diagon Alley, because that was the newer one, I think it's clever how they utilise the wall thing, because when you're actually going up to Diagon Alley, the waterfront of the Harry Potter area is London. So you've got King's Cross Station, loads of like bookshops and stuff.
you've got the bus, you've got
The bus, the night bus. And
yeah.
the little head, shrunken head speaks to you. And the man, you can have a photo. But then you go through the brick wall. And then you're in Diagon Alley, and it looks just like it does in the film. And you've got Gringotts Bank at the end with a dragon on the top, and the dragon really breathes fire as well.
Yeah.
And
You'll
then
see everybody waiting and like that. You're like, what you all doing? And then
everyone's waiting for the dragon,
Yeah.
aren't they? But what's that little alleyway? Is it Nocturne Alley?
Nocturne Alley, yeah.
Yeah, so Nocturne Alley there as well. There's actually a travel agents. Have you seen it?
Yes. Yeah.
It's round,
yeah.
like when you go in and if you turn to your right and go round where like the well is, there's an actual travel agent,
Yeah.
and you can go in. It's a shop.
There's a shop, one of my favourite shop fronts. I mean, I just look at all the little things like you do. One of them is like, it's like Muggle things that they use, and they've got like a Hoover, they've got a toothbrush, they've got like all these retro like things. And it's like Muggle, whatever. I don't know what it's like saying, but
I
that
love
was
those
really cool.
little details, and it is like, this is why I think that it did massively change. Universal did, and I think Harry Potter as well, because of the immersion and the attention to detail. Before that was there, Universal was good, but it wasn't like as immersive as everything since Harry Potter. So since Universal have had Harry Potter, everything that they've done with other IP after has been just as
it's
good.
set up kind of what Epic was going to be. It's set up what they can actually do, and they were like, right, let us show you we can build a theme park at this level. Because I think again, I believe, I don't know if Universal opened first or MGM as it was called for Disney, but it was
I think
very,
MGM
they both opened
first.
very similar times, maybe 1-2 years between each other. So, and then obviously Universal Studios was the first for Universal. So, and it was very much, again, same as MGM Studios, Hollywood Studios is now. It was very like, actors, audience participation,
orientated.
ride the movies, get in there. That's how those parks were set up, and then obviously they've changed over the years. I still love that side of it, but maybe that's not what they want to go in and have, and maybe just because the technology has improved over the years, they can do
people go now.
rides.
I think with theme parks, people want the immersion, which is them. I mean, we haven't spoke about Volcano Bay yet, but you know, the third park that they opened was Volcano Bay, which is
Volcano
Universal's
Bay.
water park, which is brilliant.
Yeah, I love it. I've always loved the Disney water parks. I don't tend to go as much now.
We haven't really spoke about the Disney water parks yet, so we might to do an episode on them.
But I really, really loved Volcano Bay.
I love Volcano
and I have
Bay.
been, even if it's just sitting on front of the volcano, have a cocktail.
The cabanas are nice there as well. They're not
Yeah.
overly expensive, the big stilt ones.
Yeah.
And then they've got some really good water slides. But what I like about Volcano Bay, it's all quite compact.
Yes, yeah.
And I love lazy rivers, and they've got a really good lazy river,
And a fast one.
and the crazy river.
Crazy
I call it the
river.
crazy river.
Yeah.
And then they've got that ride. I've not been on this. I will not go on it. I'm a bit of a wuss.
Yeah, me neither.
The one at the top of
Yeah,
the volcano where the floor drops and you go straight down. No,
No, I've not done that. Stacey did that when we went.
What's that one called where it's like a water coaster?
I don't know the exact name.
Something.
Cracker Tower. I don't.
That's brilliant.
I love that.
And the
that
Big
will
Blue.
throw you about. Yeah.
The Big Blue's brilliant.
Yeah, I don't love water slides and water.
I love the Big Blue.
Yeah.
I don't like water slides really where you're going on your own.
No.
I like the
But
ones
family
when
ones,
there's more than one person, because I think you get more enjoyment out of going on a water slide when there's not just you on it as well, because you're having fun with other people.
Yeah, I love. And I'd say even if you just do one or two, that's usually enough. And then there's just the chilling and the pools, and there's so much to do in that, and the food's really nice there.
Yeah,
the
Universal
drinks.
are really, really good at like the family slides and stuff as well. And
Yeah.
the food is good. The food's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then, but then moving on to Epic, because we're saying obviously with Universal after Harry Potter and everything there, it has been like they're gearing up to do something new. But just so everyone listening is aware, Epic Universe is about, well, I clocked it when I was there in November at 12 minutes. I think it was just over 11 minutes, using the shuttle bus from City Walk over to Epic.
Yeah.
Which is really good because I think it's what, like 3 miles away, is it? 2.5 miles away?
Yeah, and you'd be doing that going to Disney, even if most Disney hotels, if you stay in the All Stars, Pop Century, any of those in that middle bit,
You're
going
gonna
up
be
to the Magic
travelling.
Kingdom, you're going to be travelling at least 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean Disney World's huge compared to Universal. That's 47 square miles.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not far away from City Walk and the other parks. But Epic Universe is just something else. I think it's really special. I've seen a lot of people complaining about it online, but it's a brand new park, and for what it is, brand new, I personally think it's incredible.
I do as well. I completely felt emotionally attached to that park instantly. I did 3 days there. It's a bit of a funny one. So when it opened, the tickets, especially for the UK holiday goer, the tickets were a bit funny last year because they were only giving you 1 day at Epic with that multi-pack, like that 14-day ticket. So I know it was a bit of a funny one, wasn't it? I ended up, because I was only doing Universal and then doing a Disney cruise, I wasn't touching the Disney park. I put a bit of money into going on separate days and paid directly. That's just the way it worked out better for me because I wanted to do at least 3 days. And obviously stayed at the hotels near Epic and everything. And I just think it was set out so well. Now I've done a lot of the European parks and it gave me very kind of European park vibes. I don't know why it was the setup. Nothing feels too far away.
No.
Like, we're getting old. I don't want to be walking around the heat. Especially since my health and stuff last year. I don't want to, I don't want to be dragging around too far and like that long walk and stuff. It felt, because everything's like a smaller hub in the middle and then there's the portals all around. And
I mean, I won't call Celestial Park small though.
no, but it didn't
It's quite
feel
big.
like it was
The
miles
layout's
away from stuff.
fantastic.
Yeah, the layout just worked. Everything flowed well. You've not got that big like. I don't think there's any like bottleneck areas because everybody goes off into the portals and they're massive as well. They're each like the lands basically through there, and yeah, I absolutely loved it.
I thought it was incredible.
You're not going to do it in a day, though.
Oh, absolutely
That's
not.
probably why people are trying to do everything in a day. And the rides, it's still an opening year. The rides malfunction. They'll do it at any point. You have to go in.
But it's like when Disneyland opened the original first day, nothing worked. Nothing worked. It's a brand new park. They've built it really quickly.
But it doesn't feel like
It doesn't
that.
feel like that.
It's just rides. You may get some malfunctions on rides, but you want to be,
I remember my first visit to Epic was on the preview trip back in March last year. Wasn't allowed to take any photos or anything, and I tell you now, it was so difficult. Like my phone was in my pocket and my bag, and I was just to every corner I was like, I need to get my phone out. I need to do pictures. And we wasn't allowed. We was under strict.
Dying to show me like Dark Universe.
Oh God,
you were just like,
like
you need to
I
go.
loved like. I knew straight away before I went from all the concept art and stuff that Dark Universe was going to be.
Yeah. Quickly go through the portals then. So
you're going through the front and you're in Celestial Park, and then you've got to, if you're going to go clockwise, you've got Super Nintendo World, then you've got Dark Universe, then you've got the Helios Hotel at the back, then you've got the Ministry of Magic, which is the third Harry Potter land at Universal Orlando Resort, and then you've got the Isle of Berk. So there's only 4 portals at the moment, and then Celestial Park, but it looks like they're already filing to build new portals. Yeah. And you can see that when you're actually there, you can see the gaps.
Yeah.
In Celestial
there's
Park
lots
for
of
these new
room.
portals.
Yeah.
But when I went on this preview trip, the Mario Land I wasn't really excited to see because when I went to Universal Studios in Hollywood the year before, they've got a Super Nintendo World in Hollywood, and it's pretty much the same but bigger. Like the one in Hollywood, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember it all being on 1 level. I don't remember it being on 2 levels, and they didn't have the Donkey Kong bit. Yeah. And the Mario Kart attraction's exactly the same in Florida as it is in Hollywood. So I wasn't overly excited to do that bit. Yeah. The Donkey Kong bit I was, but not
really. I mean, if you love that, it's so immersive, like really cool.
It's
and
really, it does look amazing.
Into that world, yeah.
But for me, because I'd seen the one in Hollywood, I was a bit like, meh, I'm not too excited for that. What I was excited for, Dark Universe, because I've still never seen How to Train Your Dragon. I know.
I mean, I only watched it on the way to when I was going on that holiday, and I was like, I was an emotional wreck watching that film, and then I was like,
I wish I had on the aeroplane, but I didn't. But so I've got no emotional attachment to it, but I do like the show in Arleberg and the Toothless roller coaster thing.
Yes, really good.
But Dark Universe for me is. I mean, Ministry of Magic area is just phenomenal. The attention to detail, like wow.
And it's bigger, so because the other 2, you're in. Obviously, they make it out like it's the set of the film. So Hogsmeade's going to be small. It's supposed to be a marketplace and shops. Diagon Alley is supposed to be an alleyway and shops. So you're in. Can be a little bit busy, like tight and busy.
It's like being in Paris.
It's Paris, so the street there's massive. Like walkways, you're supposed to be in Paris Street, so it feels. We spent hours in there. Like
there's so much attention to detail.
Yeah, just like because you just sort of chill and have a drink, and you go around and look at all the shops.
Like the attraction there, Battle of the Ministry. The ride is really good, and the animatronics in it are fantastic. But the best part of that attraction is the queue.
Yeah. Because
you get to go through the flues.
Yes, and you don't have to go on the ride, so you can queue. You can go in there just to see the queue.
Nothing. Just, I don't know. Emily's laughing at something in the background, so I can hear her. But
you don't have. You can do the single rider queue, but you don't. It's single rider and like go to the flu net. It's called something, so you don't have to actually go in the queue.
But the whole area, because I had to ask somebody how because the minute you go to the British Ministry in the attraction, and I was like, so I know I'm going through a flu. But basically, how, like, because I mean, the whole Paris setting is like set in Fantastic Beasts time, which is set before Harry Potter. So the team member said to me that the whole concept of like the area is like time bending because the attraction Battle of Ministry
set like after.
That's what happens in the attraction. It's the time bending. Because
like a time turning kind of thing,
because
yeah.
they're in like, I can't remember what it was called in the attraction, but there's all the cogs and everything, and
I
that's
mean,
what,
you go past it, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what she does, Umbridge.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how they get around that.
Yeah.
The how you're being transported to Harry Potter time when it's actually like Fantastic Beasts sort of area. But there's a brilliant show there as
Yeah, I
well.
was gonna say, did you do the show? I really liked the show.
Yeah, I liked the show.
Yeah, it's
I wasn't expecting it. I'm not going to spoil anything.
No.
But when it started, I was like, oh, this is cute. And then I was like, oh, wow,
yeah.
okay.
And it wasn't like, I think the pre-show and the lead up to it was probably longer than the actual show, but
Yeah.
it was it was really cool. And I had like butterbeer pancakes there. You had the food there as well. I went to the moon. Did you do the moonshine bar? The like America
No, but
bar.
I saw it.
Yeah,
It
we
was-
had a
that's
little
like
drink.
round
Yeah.
where they've got like the elevator from the film that takes you down to
And obviously you
the
can-
Paris Ministry.
Yeah, you can get. I mean, I was with Stacey, who was dressed in full. I don't even know the character. Sorry, Stacey. Oh, she did full Umbridge. She was inside. This is a fun. Have you heard this story?
No.
So we're in the Ministry of Magic, in that like you're literally in the film, aren't you? Umbridge, big poster above, and all the green tile, and it's amazing. And she's got a little bag that looks like a teapot. She's in full pink, and she's there like, and she shouts, "I must have order!" Really
everyone
loud.
looking?
Everyone. She does it to embarrass me, and I'm just like looked away. And but because people were going past,
What
going,
was you dressed up as then?
I just probably I wasn't doing Harry Potter. It was her moment. I have.
Was she in that outfit all day? Or did she
No,
get
she
changed?
just did it for the pictures in there, which were amazing. And but everyone was going past, going, "Oh, I love it," kind of like they were pointing it out, and they were like, "Umbridge," and that's where she was like, "I must have order," but it echoed so loud, and I was like, "Please!" And then she dressed up in the blue. Like the French girls. I don't know what they're called, but she dressed up in them and she did, like, obviously you can go around and do like she bought a wand, standard, and you can go around the windows and do like the wands, interactive wands on the windows, which was really
new
cool.
wands are like elevated
Yeah,
as well.
so-
I mean, do have a wand. I wouldn't buy one personally because for me, I'm not interested in going around and waving it around. But I do have one because it was gifted to me by a customer years ago. Which is nice. It's actually the elder wand as well.
Cute.
Yeah,
But
but I've never
cool.
taken
It's
it
cool
to the parks.
seeing what like each window does and stuff. But yeah, so Stacey had a full moment. I had my moment in Dark Universe. That's when I did my
Dark
thing.
Universe.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And do you know, there's rumours that they're extending it already. They're already planning on
They just need
extending it.
a whole Dark Universe park. I'd be happy. I could spend all day in there.
Well, I mean, I know Steven Spielberg has been banging on at Universal for years, the Monsters need featuring. And the Dark Universe area is, for me, like, the best part of the park. Like, I love the Universal Monsters anyway. I always have done ever since I was a kid, like Dracula.
Yeah, and they do, the way they do Halloween Horror Nights, and I know we've done a full Halloween episode, and we will talk briefly just about the events Universal do, but the way they do that, I knew that area is going to be incredible.
The attention to detail.
I was upset. I still can't believe, like in that steakhouse, the quick service there. There's so like it
good.
feels like the like the bats, like the detail is. You're not just sat on
chairs.
plastic chairs. You're on this
wooden.
throne.
Yeah.
With like these bats,
Do you know
and
what's
it's
good? All the
beautiful.
chairs. Did you notice all the chairs in Das Steakhouse are all different? So it's like they're like, because basically it's a vampire crypt, and well, the crypt is supposed to be underneath the restaurant, and it's a vampire familiars sort of area, and all the chairs, to me, because they're all different, some of them had cushions on, some of them didn't, some had cushions on, they're like repurposed, like they've come from all different places, like they've been collected from the people's bodies that they're taken for the vampires, because I asked what the story was for Darkmoor. Did you know what the story was for Darkmoor?
No, but no, tell me what you found out.
So basically, when you go into Dartmoor, which is the name of the village there, as soon as you walk in, you can see there's a crypt, and it's going down some stairs, and it's all caged up. Did you know you can hear like Victoria Frankenstein if you actually go to it, and you can hear her talking and stuff and shooting and what have you. So basically, what it is underneath Dartmoor, it's where all the vampires live.
Right.
And when you go into Darkmoor, they've got the well, aren't they, in the middle, which is like got all the smoke coming out, and at night time it's red in it. And what they do is to keep the vampires happy, and down there, they now and again sacrifice on that well the villagers of Darkmoor.
God.
but the vampires live below. So then that calls into like Das Steakhouse, because that's the vampire familiar restaurant. The vampires all live underneath. And then at the end of Darkmoor Village, you've then got Frankenstein Manor.
Yeah.
It's humongous. And when at certain points, this is best on the night to see, not during the day, because it's on the night you can see it visually better. But because it's Frankenstein Manor, Victoria Frankenstein, which is Dr. Frankenstein's granddaughter, because it's set in modern times, not in the olden days. It's set in today's time. She is conducting experiments and she wants to collect all the monsters. And when she's doing her experiments, she obviously needs a lot of power. And she drains the power from the village, and you can hear it in the village when you're standing in the village, this booming noise. And if you look at Frankenstein Manor, you can see all the electric going into it, and then all of a sudden there's all the circuits blow on the manor, all the lights go out, and then all of a sudden boom, all the lights come back on again. It's so good.
I was like, when you catch that, it's amazing.
I just love. I love that.
Yeah, you could spend. I mean, I spent a long time there, but I still don't know all of that. There's like they have somebody playing the violin around like the well.
The Invisible
and then
Man.
The Invisible Man's there. There's the characters you can meet there as well. And then the Burning Blade Tavern is at the back of the park. So you've got the main Monsters Unchained in the Frankenstein Manor, and you've got the Curse of the Werewolf, which is a coaster, like a spinning coaster. And right at the back, you have like that classic windmill
from Frankenstein.
Yeah, that you'll see in the films, and it sets on fire.
Do you know when you know it's going to set on fire? Because the bell in Darkmoor starts going. So when the bell in Darkmoor starts ringing, that's when the Burning Blade Tavern windmill sets on fire.
And that's a great place for.
I've
actually got
so much time there.
I know, I could tell. I bought a Burning Blade Tavern t-shirt, so I'm going to wear that when I next go and spend a little bit of time in there.
I wish I'd spent more time in there, because when I went in, because you said to go in, because I'd not been in when I went on my preview trip, but when I went in November, I went in, I wanted to have a drink because you said the drinks were good. But I got in there and I ordered a drink, and he asked to see no one had asked for my RD for like 3 weeks. He asked to see my RD and I didn't have it with me. No. So I was like, oh, and I never went back in.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I will.
They can be. Sometimes I always take something with me because I've been ID'd randomly. I'm like, what?
Yeah, but it's been ages since I've been ID'd out
I know.
there.
You'll just get one person who, I don't know.
Yeah. I was like, I'm 40. I'm 40. Clearly I'm old enough to drink. And so Darkmoor as well. The characters. So the characters, like, I think some people are a bit put out by this, but like the Invisible Man. So I saw the Invisible Man and he was like stood in the shade and no one was around him. And I went over to him and I went over to him, he was just staring at me and I was like, hello, how are you? And he was just like, what do you want? I was like, I'm only coming to say hello. And he was like, you've done that. But that's what they're like.
Oh yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll leave you. I'll leave you alone then. Yeah, and he was like, and turned away. I love that.
Playing a part, aren't they? Yeah. They're really in character. I love it.
And Igor was about as well on the night. That was really good. Yeah. And the guy who was playing him looked and sounded just like because the one they use in the attraction is a CGI.
Okay.
In the video.
Yeah.
But it looked and sounded just like him. He was brilliant. No.
The ride is incredible. It's a similar system to Forbidden Journey, that like arm that holds like 4 people.
But it's not as, because like I said earlier on, it makes me feel a bit sick, the Harry Potter one. There
is screens in that, I guess.
There is screens in it, but it's not like the Harry Potter one,
yeah.
because the Harry Potter one uses the screens as like a simulator, like you're riding a broomstick, and I think that's what gets me. Yeah. But the Monsters Unchained doesn't have that.
The animatronics in that are incredible.
Oh wow, yeah. Next level. That is my favourite attraction at any Universal park.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. And then, I mean, can we carry on about...
Dracula. I think I've got a bit of a crush on Dracula. But what annoys me, because he's really, like, looks very smart. I know what you're going to say. He's got his nice suit and everything on, and then he's got no shoes on.
I knew you were going to say, like, winds you up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it winds me up. Like, every time I see the animatronic of Dracula, I'm like, why haven't you got any shoes on?
Maybe shoes slow him down from, like, jumping around and flying and getting people and stuff.
I don't know. But that attraction's really good because it's got all the monsters in it. It's got Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon,
Phantom of
the Opera, Hunchback of Notre Dame,
yeah.
Dracula's Brides,
Mummy,
the Werewolf. There's so many monsters in that, and
it's a real good tribute to what, like, they really wanted to do it, like, tribute to the Universal, which is one of their first films, Universal films.
The Universal
So,
Monsters saved the Universal, the company, back in the day. That's what actually saved the company. Like the Little Mermaid saved Disney, really. So it's good that they've got a little bit of a tribute there.
Yeah.
But did you know that at the behind Frankenstein Manor, and I've only seen this online from aerial shots. Do you know the statues they had at the Monster Cafe in Universal Studios of Dracula? Was it Frankenstein, the werewolf, and the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yeah.
They've put those because they obviously got rid of that ages ago because Minions Land's there now. They've actually put those 3 statues at the back of in the plot of land behind there, which is an expansion pad for Dark Universe. But what they've done is they've put the werewolf and the Frankenstein statues face down and the creature from the Black Lagoon one face up, because there's rumours that they're going to build a creature from the Black Lagoon water-based attraction.
Jaws? Could be like Jaws. Yeah. Bring back Jaws, but with the Black Lagoon.
So that's Dark Universe.
As you can tell, that's our favourite area. And, but you'll find that, I found the ride, we're not going to go into details of like best strategies of going in thing, because it can change depending on any time of year.
And that's another
I found
episode.
Monsters, because it's so high capacity and it's a continuous thing, that wasn't as big of a queue.
No.
So
when I went later on the night, because it shuts at 10 o'clock, when I was there late on the evening, I went on it 3 times because they said, "Do you want to go on again?" And I just stayed in my seat and I just kept going
we did
around.
that for us as well. Yeah.
And then it was later because that, I would say probably the Nintendo Mario Kart ride and the Battle of the Ministry at Harry Potter are probably the 2 most popular. Yeah. And they've always got like 2 to 3 hour queues during the day. On the night, Mario was always never less than an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'd get that done in the morning. Get Mario out the way in the morning.
But the Harry Potter attraction, I was found on an evening. It was like 15 minutes.
We walked on it, just straight on. We did.
The queue's the 15 minutes. Because it's such a big.
That's it. The queue, and the queues are, even if it's saying that, I know you don't like queuing a long time. You try. No one wants to queue ages and waste if you only got a day.
I'm walking that.
Or like the Frankenstein Manor queue was amazing. There's so much to look at. Harry Potter, so much to look at. So sometimes it's better. I always say to people, don't stand there for 10 minutes and decide what to do. Just get in the queue. You can always leave. You're not trapped in there. Exactly. You can always try. You can always get a team member and go, "Can I leave?" Get in the queue. Start queuing, you'll be surprised how fast it moves.
Exactly. All right. And with that, it's a good way to move on to the Universal Hotels. Yes. Because Helios is there.
Yeah. Amazing.
So there's 3 categories of hotels at Universal. Well, there's actually 4 really, but we'll just stick to 3. So value, then you've got your there's only one like mid-range one.
Yeah.
And then you've got your preferred. And I wouldn't even say like, they've all got their own benefits. With all the Universal hotels, you get an hour's early entry into the parks, including Epic Universe. So if you're at Hard Rock or at Cabana Bay, you can get into Epic Universe an hour early, but you have to do it from the front of the park. Helios is a little bit different because it has its own entrance into Universal, which is game changer for me. I'm going to be saying that every single time now. Yeah. And also, they all have the free transport to get you to City Walk for the parks. Or
they're really frequent, Universal bus. I feel like they're so much more frequent than Disney buses, Universal. There's always one there.
Seems to be a bus there.
But you've got...
you can charge to your room at Universal as well. Which is good.
Yeah.
And they don't do dining plans or anything.
No. And we get a lot of people. So I know for many, many years. So we'll talk about, obviously, 3 hotels do offer the free Universal Express Pass as part of your stay. But yeah, and a lot of people sometimes either do a couple of nights to get that, or they'll make that there.
There are rumours that they're going to stop people being able to book, say, 1 or 2 nights just to take advantage of these. Because if you think about it, though, that's quite a lot of work for the hotel staff. I did hear rumours that they might be stopping that.
And Helios doesn't have that.
Helios doesn't. Helios will never have Express.
But Helios, and obviously you've got the 3 new hotels that they opened were Stella Nova, Terra Luna. They're like twins resort. They're literally next. They're right by. Closer than I thought they would be to Epic Universe. Really, you actually walk from Stella Nova.
It takes about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then you've got Helios, which is in Epic Universe. So they're the 3 new ones, but they're not going to be close to the other part. Well, say
they have shuttles.
Shuttles, 12-minute drive. Yeah. You're not super close to like City Walk, but even if you're going down to the next level and like doing Aventura, Cabana Bay, Beach Resort, and the Sapphire Falls, again, they're going to be either a water taxi or a bus anyway. So unless you're paying like the premium prices,
You've got
you're
Endless
still
Summer
going to
Resort,
go
which is the cheapest.
cheapest.
Those ones are not really on site there at the top end of International
Yeah,
Drive.
and I've stayed there a few times actually. They're really good value.
I prefer the dockside.
I do as well. Yeah, dockside. I've already stayed at dockside. I always do like a little bit of a mooch around International Drive. It is like the very touristy strip of Orlando. And I like going to the outlet malls and stuff like that. So when I went, and I don't drive over there, so when I went with my friend, I was like, let's stay, if we want to do it on a budget, let's stay there. You still get the benefits of the Universal parks. We did a split stay, so we left Disney, we did there, and then we were right by then I drive to either walk to or get...
Yeah, it's in a really good location.
It is, I think
it's
it is.
round the corner from that really big McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's round the corner from that Titanic Museum.
Yeah.
Because I went there.
I've done that one as well.
My photo on the grand staircase.
Yeah. And Icon Park and things that, there's so much to do, so you don't have to pack everything in. But
That Endless Summer Resort as well, what's really good is that if you're a family and you want a room with a bit of extra space, they have the 2-bedroom suites.
They're so
really
good.
Value.
Yeah, such good value. And it's
that honestly though, that Endless Summer Resort, the Dockside, I mean, I've only seen them, I've stayed at Dockside twice, but I've seen Surfside because when I was on a trip before, I've done a couple of trips with Universal and they've taken us in the rooms and everything. But it's a lot smaller because if anyone remembers listening or watching Wet n Wild,
yeah,
it's actually built where Wet n Wild was, and the Surfside is built where the water park was, and the Dockside is built where the car park was, which is why the Dockside's bigger than the Surfside.
Oh, okay,
because the car park was bigger than the water park.
Yeah.
And it's really nice. I just want to talk about this a little bit more because those people who are maybe a bit more budget conscious to go to Orlando, honestly, the Endless Summer Resort is fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good, and they've got like the swimming pool areas. They've got like real sandy beach. There as well.
Yeah.
And a beautiful little
Starbucks
pool
in
bar.
the reception.
Starbucks in reception.
Yeah, pool bar's
nice
great.
Shop.
Yeah. Food.
Nice shop, the food's good.
Yeah.
They've got the freestyle machines.
Yeah.
So it's a really, really
But you're
good
only a
option.
quick Uber ride or an iTrolley ride or whatever down that big strip of all the other shops. So if
if you want to eat out
somewhere else, you don't want to just stick to
There's
theme
actually a retail
park
park
food.
across the road and there's an IHOP across the road as well.
Yeah, IHOP's literally like 2 steps. Yeah. So I really love it. And I can see usually you can get some really good rates as well. And if you're looking off-site, like sometimes that's cheaper.
Yeah,
you get the benefits then of the Universal Resort.
And I know a lot of customers will ask for like the Rosen Inn and things, and if you look at their recent reviews, they're not amazing. And if you compare your price between sort of Endless Summer Resort and Rosen Inn, you're talking pounds per night more, not hundreds.
No.
And
I'd always stick with the resort.
I would just do the Universal one, to be honest,
absolutely.
because there's no resort fees to pay there as well.
No.
And you get your free transport to City Walk and the parks. I think it's a no-brainer. But the preferred hotels, I just want to go back to them. Obviously, you get the complimentary express passes. So, like Disney, you've got lightning lanes. Universal, when you stay in their preferred hotels, you get complimentary express, which means you can unlimited. It's express unlimited, so you can use the express lanes in the theme parks as much as you want, but it doesn't include Epic Universe. If you want an express pass for Epic Universe, you have to purchase that separately, and it is quite pricey at the moment. Maybe at some point they might change that for the Universal hotels where you get them included and it includes Epic. Who knows? But
Still very early days. Yeah.
Still early days. But one thing I do know is that the Helios Hotel is does not include, even though it's like a preferred hotel, it does not include express passes as part of your stay. And someone told me that was because, this is someone from Universal when I was there, told me, not on my own trip, but like on a work trip with Universal, said that it's something to do with the contracts with Lowe's, so that when they signed the contracts for the original 3 preferred hotels, Lowe's agreed to pay, they pay as part of the stay for the express pass. They pay Universal for it as part of the stay. And back then when those hotels were built, it was like an agreed set price. I might be wrong, but this is what they told me. It was an agreed set price, and back then they were a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's set in stone, that agreement's set in stone. Now, because the cost of the express tickets are a lot more, in order to make that hotel look more attractive price-wise, it was better just to not include it, because the Helios is cheaper than Royal Pacific, Hard Rock, and Portofino.
Yeah, they can be. Sometimes you can get a good. I did one night at Royal Pacific, just to try out the Express. I'd never done a preferred like premium hotel at Universal. I wanted to try it out, but I'd come from 2 nights at Helios, and I've really missed Helios. Like, and I mean, I personally, but because I've been like many a time, I'm happy to kind of. I would rather stay at Helios, put my money there if I can do it, and budget allows it.
And get into Epic.
And get into Epic than have those express passes. I'd rather.
Same.
It's a bad. But if you're the first time there, you want to do everything. You've got limited time, and you want to maybe treat yourself. Maybe look in the preferred, because you are, you can walk from. It's really quick to walk from Royal Pacific or get the water taxi, Hard Rock.
Yeah.
They are really cool
You can
hotels.
walk from Portofino
as well. I mean,
'Cause that's just behind
that's a
Hard
beautiful
Rock.
Portofino. Literally, it's not modelled, isn't it? Exactly after Portofino, but it's like
Steven Spielberg designed the hotel.
So it is amazing. And if say you don't want to be right in a a hotel that's just like a base, it's just somewhere to stay, it's got like the basics. So if you want something a bit fancier, a bit more, because you're going to spend a lot of time in the pool or at the hotel, then maybe have a look at them. Maybe you don't have a lot of time in the park.
Yeah.
It's just your personal preference, isn't it? But they out of just from my experience of going from Helios, and I had a theme park view room, it was absolutely incredible. To then go into Royal Pacific, I was a bit like, I should have stayed at Helios one more night, but that's just kind of
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, we've always stayed at Hard Rock. That's normally my go-to.
Yeah.
Because I like the short walk. I like it's a small hotel as well. I like the pool. I don't spend all day in the park, so for me it's nice to just go back, chill at the pool. I like they've got something called the Beach Club where they do an amazing platter. I like the bar in there, the Velvet Lounge, and we normally do a club level as well, because that does.
Yeah, you got some good prices, didn't you? Club level at the time, yeah.
Oh yeah, like I mean, especially at Helios, but we always do club level, because even though you're paying more for it, if you think about what you would spend on breakfast, drinks, things like that locally, because there's no dining plan at Universal. There used to be years ago, but there's no dining plan. So if you think about the supplement so anyone listening, if you ring Ever After Holidays and get a price for like a preferred hotel, ask about club level, because it is sometimes like worth the money, because you can take as much alcohol. Water, pop and stuff back to your room, and I get it to take into the park.
Yeah, I mean, they rack up, don't they? The bottles, what, $5?
Yeah, breakfast.
Like $5, yeah.
You can have your breakfast in there. You can take stuff out of there and put it in your room, and then on an evening, if you're in the hotel, which we might be some nights because I don't spend all my time in the parks, complimentary alcoholic drinks between 5 and 7.
Oh, nice.
And we did that at Helios. When we were there in November, the club level, and all the club levels are pretty much the same in every single preferred Universal hotel. But the supplement in my head, it saves money overall.
Just kind of what you want from your holiday, and always double check. Another one I wanted to mention, and I've stayed here before, is Cabana Bay Beach Resort, which is a great resort. It's actually got its own exclusive walkway to Volcano Bay, which was really cool when I stayed there. It's a massive resort, and we ended up, where you check in, we and Stacey always laugh about this, because the hallways didn't stop. We were walking and walking, we were like, where's our room? But to be fair, we were right by the entrance of Volcano Bay, so for that day when we nipped out to Volcano Bay and came back, we were so close, and they have the towers there as well.
Yeah, overlooking Volcano
Bay.
And
I always kind of usually, when I put an office together, I always try and include like a volcano view room, because it's so special. Like when you open in the morning, and it's not much difference now. Or I'll include it like as the same price as a stand, because it isn't that much different. Always ask again for like the next, not just a standard room, the Volcano Bay room.
They have good family-sized rooms as well.
They do, like the exterior and interior family suites.
It's a great family. I'd say Cabana Bay is
got their
probably
own
one of the
lazy
better
river.
hotels for families.
Yeah, own lazy river. They've got a bowling alley in there.
Yeah, they've got a really good American milkshake ice cream place as well.
Yeah, massive food court area. Again, with all your refillable mugs. Starbucks. They do the refillable mugs in the hotels over there as well. But you can't use them like Disney across all the hotels. No. I tried that and they said no. So yeah, it was. I love that resort, and it's really you get. And it's right by Aventura, so you probably could walk to Aventura and Sapphire Falls, I guess.
Well, what I sometimes do is walk over to Sapphire Falls from Cabana Bay when I've been there. Just walk into Sapphire Falls, go down the stairs, out the back, and get the ferry boat over to City Walk rather than the bus, just to change the scenery.
It's lovely. That I did the water taxi from Royal Pacific, and it was lovely. Along that main bit, it seemed Hard Rock and Toothsome, the big chocolate factory, and all of that stuff. But I've said I loved, when I went on my fam trip, we did a tour and we ate at all the hotels. We were staying at Dockside, but we did Sapphire Falls. I loved that. That's like, it can be a bit tearing towards the premium price, but you don't get those fast passes,
No.
so it's a bit of a funny one,
But if you want a suite, a much bigger room, Sapphire Falls is the best. It's going to be your cheapest option for like a suite.
Okay, right. So it's lovely. But Aventura, we both love Aventura, don't we?
I'd say that's more for adults. I know Matt mentioned it in his episode. He feels the same as well.
Yeah.
And they've got a beautiful bar at the top that overlooks Orlando. You can see, could you see the fireworks at Disney from there?
Yeah, it is lovely up there. And it was the first hotel, I think, to have like the iPad, the rooms all very technology advanced.
That's one thing that I'm getting a little bit old for. Like when I was at the Helios,
you just wanted the remote.
Well, I was looking for the TV remote. And
we were like
in the Helios, and I was like, where's the TV remote? And then I was looking at this iPad, and I'm like, I had to turn it on here, and I even had to turn the volume up and down with it. And to me,
room service we did on and all that sort of stuff.
It was just a bit of a pain for me.
Yeah,
like, I couldn't.
It's cool.
I can't deal with that. Just give me an old-fashioned remote control.
But no, beautiful resorts at Universal. They really are.
Yeah, so the hotels are obviously amazing. We could talk. Probably do. I want to do an episode on the hotels in general because there's a lot more we could say about them. But I think that, like, obviously we're coming towards the end of this episode now because it's basically a little bit of a deep dive, and we'll do another episode on Universal where we talk about like our favourite rides and stuff. But this was just mainly just to generally focus and explain what Universal's all about, what it's like. You know, how does it compare? But I think it's really good to finish off this episode just to explain. You know, Universal does deserve more credit. It's not just a 1 or 2 day destination, 5 days minimum. But I will say, in my personal opinion, whilst there is some areas for younger children, like Zeus Landing, DreamWorks area, I would say it's probably more of a teenagers to adults destination.
Yeah, you've not got a lot of, obviously there's shows in Epic and stuff, but you've not got kind of shows or the height requirements are higher.
A lot higher as well than Disney.
Yeah, there is. It's hard to.
But their child swap, and I will mention this, their child swap system is probably better than Disney's.
Yeah, really good. We did it a couple of times. I know we've not mentioned Hagrid's, which I think we should do in this episode. I know we're going to talk about our favourite rides, but Hagrid's, I can't remember the full title. Motorbike.
Something like Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure.
Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, something.
It's like the longest.
It's probably my favourite ride. I mean, apart from Monsters Unchained, probably my favourite ride in the world. It's one of the best rides ever. Blew me away, like Forbidden Journey did when I went on Hagrid's. I got that kind of, wow, that's something else, that. And we did child swap with that, but they had these big rooms, and they were really, really nice. Like the team members looked really, really like helpful, and we did a lot of like child swap. Well, we did. I took my parents and everybody on, and we were like some friends as well. And I was like, right, someone sit with my nephew and all go on it, and then we'll do a swap. And then when we got back, nobody wanted to sit there. Everyone was like, I want another ride. And we got another ride on it, and everyone was like, well, he's your child. And everyone, my sister was like, well, you've done it already like 3 times. Because I'd been the previous year, the year it opened. I was like, so I want to go on it again. So
it is fantastic.
Yeah, it is a great ride.
That attraction. I would say like Velocicoasters. Do you know what? No, actually, I do love Velocicoaster, but I actually really love, and we haven't mentioned this attraction. We'll do an episode on rides, but I just want to say quickly, Stardust Racers.
Yeah.
Stardust Racers.
I think I preferred that.
It's a Velocicoaster.
I went on Stardust Racers then for the first time, and then I did it once, and then we went on Velocicoaster a few days later, and I was terrified. Like, I'd done it front row. I don't know whether I just wasn't geared up for it, or it was like extra fast that day.
Velocicoasters,
I love coasters, but it was intense. Yeah.
It's that second bit where it does the second. Have you seen the videos online where sometimes where it does that thing to go up the big lift hill, the second one, and it don't make it over and it goes backwards? If that was me, I would be like, I don't. Because that's the only ride in the world where I do like it, but when I go on it, I can only go on it once, and I need half an hour to sit down.
Yeah.
Because
it's the bit where it hangs you over, and you literally
I'm like because my adrenaline's going that much, I start like sweating, but like a cold sweat. So I have to sit down. Do you know that Jurassic Park cafe they've got just outside the exit? I go sit in there with a Diet Coke for half an hour.
Oh, I know. It's great. I mean, it's amazing to look at and watch, and I love them. I do love the coasters.
The Universal coasters are fantastic, and I'm excited to see what they've got coming up. Yeah. But it is more like we're saying, it does deserve more credit. You need to consider, for anyone listening, if you've never been, at least 5 days minimum.
Yeah,
Absolute
and we
minimum.
do a lot of split stays. I always kind of suggest, people are kind of, some people ring us and go, I don't know where to start. I go, do you want to do both? And yeah, I'm like, go and move, have both benefits, have both resorts, go and get that early hour, because that early hour really does work in Universal. Sometimes more than Disney only give you half an hour, don't they? So it does really work. And there's some great,
Most
so much to
people,
do.
when it's
City
the
Walk, I've not
first-
even touched on City
We
Walk
haven't.
as well,
We'll
which is
have
their
to do that.
entertainment restaurant complex and
It just
and
gives us
stuff. It's
more
just
research
yeah.
to do.
But honestly, and it is sometimes even because the hotels can be slightly sometimes cheaper. It balances it out.
Dynamic pricing, though.
Dynamic
Universal, like
pricing
said
we've
in a
mentioned,
previous
yeah.
episode.
So you can really sometimes you can actually get it cheaper if you're doing like 2 weeks, 7 and 7, 9 and 5. We used to do a lot of 10 and 4, and now it's changed to 9 and 5.
Changing a bit now.
Yeah, so 9 at Disney, 5 at Universal.
There's been a few 7 and 7, 7 nights at Disney, 7 nights Universal as well.
Or 7 nights Universal, Disney cruise afterwards.
Yes.
Get best of both worlds.
I'm actually doing that this September with my family, and I spoke about it, but we're doing 7 nights at Helios, 4 nights on the Disney Destiny, and then 3 nights at the Endless Summer Resort Dockside. So we are going to go to Disney World because we're going to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Well, that's what I did on my last trip in September. I thought, not touching Disney except for the Halloween party. Obviously, I love Horror Nights as well. So if you go in any time from like end of August to, well, September it usually starts, around end of August, September. If you're okay with scary stuff and you love Halloween, if you don't go and do that, you're doing something wrong because it's so good.
But if you want to learn more about Halloween Horror Nights, anyone listening watching, we had
done a
touched on
Halloween
that on the
episode,
Halloween episode on season 1. But things change all the time, so we can maybe do another one in the future.
Yeah, but you can attach Universal to it. If you want to go in, there's plenty to do at Universal as well as if you're not touching into Disney, or you're just going in for an event or something and you want to do a Disney cruise. Great way of doing both.
We can do whatever you want, really. Like if you want to do 5 days at Disney World, then a Disney cruise, then Universal, then go back to Disney World. Whatever you want to do, we can piece it together. It's
that's what we do.
So we hope you've enjoyed this episode. There's so much more we could say about Universal and the resort, but we thought it was really important that we did dedicate at least one episode so far in the series just to this amazing product. And we look forward to helping you plan these trips ever after holidays, and we're going to have to do more on Universal.
I think any questions, if it's something we've not touched on, I know we've not touched on a lot of stuff, but any questions, please let us know. And excited to talk about more for Universal.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Ever Aftercast.
If you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe and share the magic. For more Disney and Universal travel inspiration, visit everafterholidays.com or follow us on social media.
You can follow myself, Matty, on Instagram at Matty Happily Ever After.
And you can follow me, Laura, at Kind of Magic Laura.
If you want to find daily holiday offers and more, you can also visit facebook.com/everafterholidays or follow our Instagram at eafterholidays.
If you'd like to be a guest on a future episode, or you have any questions you'd like us to answer, please email info@everafterholidays.com.
See you real soon.